Hey there, this is Dora from Write with Magic. If you're watching this, you're probably an author or a writer and you have been struggling to write consistently or to finish whatever it is that you're working on. And I'm very familiar with this challenge. I published my first book, The Smart Way to Your PhD, back in 2009. And now I'm working on my second book, which is a novel. And I will tell you about that in later videos. But regardless, I'm very familiar with the challenges of getting a book out there and publishing. And I know that the number one thing that gets in our own way is ourselves. We're very critical of ourselves. We think we can't do it. We're perfectionists. And I believe that each one of us has a unique voice. And when we're able to get our message out there, we connect with the very people who need to hear that message. And so, what I found to be very useful when it comes to writing is to really connect with that person or that group of people who you think are going to benefit the most from whatever message it is that you're trying to get out there. And actually, I find it to be most beneficial to really connect with just one person, to really visualize them reading your book. For example, if you're writing a children's book, visualize that grandmother reading it to her grandchild. If you're writing a novel, visualize that man or woman sitting on the beach and really enjoying that book. If you have a nonfiction self help book, really visualize that person reading it, benefiting from it, making the changes in their lives and having an impact on the people that surround them. So when you connect with that person and you decide to make an impact on that person, you get yourself out of the way because it is no longer about you. And when I wrote The Smart Way to Your PhD, it was a 2-year process. I interviewed over 100 people. It was a big project. And the whole time I was telling myself that if I can affect the life of just one person, if just one person will benefit from this book, then it will have already been worth it. And actually, now many years later, I can say that over 20,000 copies have been sold. But I still remember that very first purchase that was made. When I went onto Amazon and I saw that somebody had bought my book, I can't even describe that feeling that I really made an impact on one person's life. It led to many other opportunities, but I think that was the real turning point for me, that I decided to make an impact on the life of at least one person who needs to hear my message. So this is all well and good, and I know you want to get your message out there, but how do you actually do that? How do you get up every day and write? How do you overcome the perfectionism, the self-doubt, all the negative voices in your head? How do you get yourself out of the way? So I created a really cool tool that has already benefited many authors. It's a daily writing checklist. So what it is just a checklist that you have next to you. It helps you to structure your day. It makes writing something every day really, really easy. It helps you to get into the flow of writing so that writing becomes more effortless, that you can find your own voice, really express the message that you want other people to hear. And so the way that you can access this checklist is by going to writewithmagic.com/checklist. So this checklist will just make the daily writing much easier. It's going to make it easier for you to find the time to write, to craft your message, to organize your day, to incorporate writing into your daily life, and most importantly, to finish whatever it is that you're working on and get your message out there. Because there are definitely people who need to hear your message, who will benefit from your message. And this checklist will also help you to connect with that person so you get yourself out of the way and you really make the impact that you want to make for those other people and also for yourself, because you never know what other opportunities this writing is going to open up for you. So head over to writewithmagic.com/checklist and get started with writing. And I look forward to hearing about your writing success.